surprising things in the book, but the thing that surprised me the most, that I actually had to reread it because I said, is this true?
Right.
Was that in 2016, you and Will decided that you were going to live completely separate lives.
Yes.
It was not a divorce on paper,
right,
but it was a divorce. So from the year 2016, which is 7 years ago now,
yes,
y'all have been apart.
Yeah. How to be in partnership, right? And in regards to how do we present that to people, you know? And we hadn't figured that out.
During our walk in Baltimore, Jada reflected on their breakup.
Why did the relationship fracture?
Oh, well, why it fractured, that's a lot of things.
Yeah.
And I think by the time we got to 2016, we were just exhausted. I think we were both kind of still stuck in our fantasy of what we thought the other person should be.
Oh.
Jada says she considered a legal divorce, but could never go through with it.
I made a promise that there will never be a reason for us to get a divorce. We will work through whatever. And I just haven't been able to break that promise.
But you still live separately.
We live separately.
We.
I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right? That was a nice one. Okay. I'm out here. Richard. Oh, wow. Wow. Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
Wow, dude.
Yes.
It was a G.I. Jane jump.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
I'm going to, okay? Okay. That was a greatest night in the history of television. Okay.
Your call declined.
Embarrassing.
Your call declined.
Embarrassing.
The whole time you would, the whole time you would, the whole time.
Maybe, I don't know. I mean, I'm baffled, really.
Yeah, right.
Over the next several years, Jada and Will kept up the appearance of a committed married couple. They even faced a scandal when Jada had what she called an entanglement with a family friend. Neither let the public know they had already split.
So I guess my question is, I feel like you're a straight talker.
I am.
Except you're not sometimes.
Yeah.
So why do that? Like, what was the reason?
I think just not being ready yet. Still trying to figure out between the two of us how to be in partnership, right? And in regards to how do we present that to people, you know? And we hadn't figured that out.
Will had a run-in.
Yeah, when you, Todd, you try to put his wife in a lip lock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't find out that for 15 years because he never told me that. See, he came into the trailer and I was sitting down, right? He's standing over me like this, and he's like, "I don't appreciate that, man. I don't appreciate that." And I'm like, "Well, what you talking about?" I always know to play it off.
Right.
You know what I mean? Right? And I'm going, "What's going on, man? Tell me what's happening, man." And since he was standing, and I was sitting, I was a real nice fella. That's about physics, right?
Right.
So I'm like, oh man, what's going on, man? I mean, hey man. He's like, "I don't appreciate that." You know what I'm saying? And Jada's going, Will, Will, I'm saying, but I mean, what's happening, man? Now you tell me what's happening. You know when a dude does this.
He bite his bottom lip. He about to do something bad.
He might do. And Will had to run in, do something, right? So I'm like, you know, I did the whole. You remember the snake?
Yeah.
I did the snake. Well, what? You know, and got up.
Right.
And then I was like, you know, so what are you talking about, man? And I was still in that posture.
So you didn't really know what he was actually talking about?
I didn't, but I know what he was doing.
Right.
So I was like, come on, man. I mean, what's up? Just tell me what's up.
Right.
Yeah, you know what's up. You know, so finally I just said, this is a small place and people are here. We should talk about it.
Right.
Me and you outside, because it looked like you could need to get something off your chest, right? And then Jada was like, oh, no, y'all. And I was like, what do you mean, nah, y'all? Tell him. And that was the end of that.
Right.
Do something, right?
Will Smith responds.
Like, here's where my confusion comes in. Your name is Jada Pinkett Smith, right? Smith being the operative word, which is my last name. My name is Willard Smith. So if you didn't know that we were married, I don't know why you didn't know, because you may have secretly divorced me, but you still have my name. Second of all, you were there at the Oscars with me, right? Right? So everybody thinks that we're together, right? Right? So you said that we were separated for 7 years, yet nobody filed for divorce, and so you want to put it in a book, a memoir? Let's just be real, okay? Nobody's checking for you, Jada. I am tired of you. For real. Whoa, man.
Jada Pinkett Smith, back at it again to embarrass the Fresh Prince. Boy, I'm telling you, this crap about Will and Jada is getting funnier and funnier by the day. Before this video continues, join my Discord, Burst Talk Infinite. This is where I talk about stuff all the time, even though I don't make a video on it. So if you want to catch that, go ahead and join. The link will be in the description below. Now, when this first happened with Will Smith slapping Chris Rock at the Oscars, I felt that, I was going to be on the fence about it because, there are two sides of every story, especially with this. However, due to what came to light a couple of days ago, I can no longer sit back and hold my thoughts to myself. Now let's go over the fact of what Jada Pinkett said that goes towards her new book called Worthy, which will be out on October 17th of 2023. So Jada revealed that her and Will Smith had been separated since 2016. So this makes 7 years since they've been living apart. I don't know why, but it kind of upset me because, Will and Jada was always the big power couple of the black community and whatnot public, because most of them want to keep their entertainment life and personal life separate. And I would have been more sad if that was it that she had to tell. No, she went on when Will Smith gave that infamous line right after slapping Chris Rock. Who was in shock the most about that night was Jada. At first, she said that she thought it was a skit. Then as she saw Will walking back to his chair, that wasn't the case. Jada also expressed that she wanted the divorce, but later she went against it. Now, I would have felt bad again, but then she continued. Now, back to the Oscars. Now, when Will smacked Chris Rock, Jada was surprised that Will referred to Jada as his wife. And she goes on to state that they haven't referred to each other as husband and wife in a long time. I'm also like, damn, these are really the end times. Will and Jada divorcing or not together anymore. Then she goes on and talks about Tupac, the late Tupac. I will find this video to explain my next point, but if not, I'm sorry. There was an alleged post that Will said happy birthday to Jada, and then she responded or made her own post, but it was a video of her dancing with Tupac. She continues with that her and Tupac were soulmates, but they were no good for each other. Then one more bomb she dropped is that while he was in Rikers Island, Tupac that is, he proposed to Jada while she was visiting him. I felt like my face was turning red with every face palm I was doing once I heard this news. Like, what's wrong, Jada? You've been acting strange for years. But you wouldn't be talking secrets like this, putting your man's business out there or your husband by paper out there. Maybe there's something more sinister going on behind the scenes. I don't know. Or maybe it could be her pre-sales orders to her book weren't hitting, so she had to throw some doggone hints and, a little snack out there for you to make you go buy the book. Because what if people still don't buy the book? What if the numbers stay the same after your initial release? Or let's just say maybe 6 months from now. You would have spilled family secrets and it bears not only you, your husband, and your children for nothing. Going back to the more sinister plot that could be going on while Jada is doing this, maybe it could be a cry for help. Now, what if Will is so evil, so maniacal, that the only way Jada will be safe if she's still in the marriage, but say that they're legally separated? I don't know, it was a small theory that my wife had thought of. It wasn't as dark as I'm telling it now because I expanded on it when she pitched the idea. Now, it could not be necessarily those two things. It could be a million number of things or something very small that us common folk won't understand. We should just probably wait until some more stuff comes out about it or go read the book, because I also feel that this could be a ploy or a plot to get more book sales. Now, I was just going to talk about Jada because even though I was doing this video for Jada by herself about how she's being, it had to correlate with Will Smith because it's about Will Smith. I'm going to talk about Will Smith too, or what I think is going on with him. Now, Will Smith had a history with other guys when it comes to Jada. Marlon Wayans stated in his recent stand-up that he really wanted to be with Jada, but found out unexpectedly that she was with Will. But nothing really happened. Marlon was just heartbroken, and I also felt that he dodged a bullet. Now, we all know about the Oscar slap, but there was one more that I never realized, or I'm just hearing about it recently, and that's with comedian / actor Tommy Davidson. Now, Tommy Davidson was in an interview regarding the movie Woo, and it looks as though Will was on set pretty much all the time. So I guess that there was one scene that Will didn't like, and he stepped towards Tommy Davidson to intimidate Tommy Davidson or fight him. I don't know, it's unclear. But I'm gonna go out on a limb here. Ain't that what women used to do when they did like a memoir or expose on how they was treated in the entertainment industry overall? Rappers, producers, directors, etc. For years, I only thought that, video vixens, that's what we call them, video vixens. I feel like those are the only ones that make those kind of exposés and whatnot. So Tommy Davidson doing it on a show with a story that he could have just kept to himself because it really don't sound like nothing, it's pretty bitch made, if you ask me. The only time I will tell that story out loud is if I'm with my friends and we all just drinking and whatnot. Not to get on no damn talk show trying to get clout. Now, back on Will Smith, I now notice that I see that him trying to make Jada happy is draining him and making him do irrational things. Because one, you're banned from the Oscars for about 10 years. Then you get dropped from the Bright sequel that we will probably never get now thanks to you slapping somebody. Okay, now that was personal. That one was personal. Now, I love the Bright movie and I thought we was going to get a sequel, but ever since Will Smith got dropped from the project, I feel that we will probably never get the movie. Now, I believe Jada is planning on telling more once her book comes out. Now, that's bad within itself, spilling your family's secrets on paper for the public to see. But Will be spilling his secrets too. It's just that folks didn't pick up a book and read his memoir back in the day. I haven't either, but I'm planning on reading it really soon. But there was like a specific thing that he was talking about at a round table. I forgot what show it was and whatnot. And he told him that his first girlfriend that he ever loved cheated on him. And he said he was going to try to be the best actor in the world, so that way he will never get cheated on again. Now, don't you know that's kind of like impossible to, wipe any temptation out of your spouse's mind? And I'm talking about all temptation. I'm talking about kiss, texting, holding hands, extra hug or extra long hug, etc. But now I feel that she's not going for it, or he feels like he's smothering her or whatever, and he's going crazy that he can't make the one woman that he loved happy. Because Will, I hate to say it, I would just leave her alone. Like, she wants to be left alone. She knows you're her best friend. Y'all done had a beautiful life together. But I believe it's time for both of you to move on, in my opinion. Because you can't be on the internet embarrassing yourselves and knowing that y'all have to look at each other later on. Just stay legally separated. I know for a fact that, y'all marriage is like a business contract. So y'all going to, need that status in order to keep up appearances in public. But also, now that you think about it, since you said that y'all haven't been together since 2018 and y'all been keeping up appearances on the red carpet and whatnot, that's not going to work anymore. Because if y'all not happy together, y'all need to just leave one another. No need to keep living a facade and trying to make people love you. But I believe I covered everything as far as what I've seen on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, etc. I feel like there's some blanks in there, but I gotta hurry up and get this video out before Spider-Man 2 come out. But yeah, Jada and Will have not been together in over 7 years. Jada was surprised that Will referred to her as his wife, even though they haven't called each other husband and wife in a very long time. And she said her and Tupac were soulmates, and he proposed to her while he was in Rikers Island. I know I'm not forgetting something. Hold on. Yes, I am forgetting something. Chris Rock asked her out on a date when he was already divorced, and he assumed that Jada was getting a divorce. And when she said she wasn't, he completely retracted. Was this done earlier before the Oscars? Because I feel that the Oscar slap could be more than what we see on the surface. Maybe he already wanted to do something to Chris Rock, but that night when he said that G.I. Jane joke, I guess it sent Will over the boiling point and he couldn't take it no more. And if that's true, Chris Rock deserved it. Now I feel that he really deserved that fucking slap, but not in public though. See, I'm trying to be fair when it comes to this whole topic with Will and Jada and Chris Rock, apparently. Now, I hate to say it, but Chris Rock loses points with me when he tried to violate bro code. That's just me and my belief. Now I feel like I covered everything as far as Will and Jada, Chris Rock, Tupac, etc. If there's some blanks that I'm missing, please comment below. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And I'll catch you all next time.